You know those moments when life completely flips your perspective, when things happen that make you stop and think, wait, everything I believed about this was wrong. I have these 9 lessons that transform the way I think and work today. I want to share what these powerful lessons are in the hope that what took me a long time to learn, you'll discover in the next 10 minutes. Let's start with lesson number 1. Captured perfectly in this quote by John Barrows, leap and the net will appear. You know that feeling when you've got this big thing that you want to do. Maybe it's starting a YouTube channel, creating a podcast, switching careers, or even just having a difficult conversation. But instead of actually doing it, you spend weeks playing out every possible disaster in your head. What if I fail? What if I look stupid? What if everything falls apart? I have done this so many times. I even caught myself doing it this year. Still, this bad habit became almost comical to me because every single time I finally took action, my first thought was always, wait, was that it? That's what I was so terrified of? Something fascinating happens when you take that leap of faith. Your brain literally flips a switch. Instead of listing all the reasons why something won't work, it starts finding all the ways to make it happen instead. You suddenly discover resources. You discover solutions. You discover strengths that your overthinking brain could never have imagined from the safety of solid ground. The biggest takeaway of this is that safety net that you're looking for, it's not below you, it's within you. Just take the leap. Lesson 2, the freedom of being misunderstood. If you ever walked away from a conversation feeling like someone has completely misunderstood you or your intentions, then this one is for you. In the past, this used to really bother me. I'd hear about what someone said about me or what someone wrote about me, or I would read a comment about me, and I would think, I'm not like that at all. I realized that people will see what they want to see. When people judge you, they're taking tiny fragments of what they see, whether it's something that you've heard, something you've posted on social media, something that you said in passing a while ago. And then they piece all these fragments together through the lens of their own life, through their own experiences, and weave them into what they believe is a reality of their own. It actually has very little to do with you. Once you understand this, you stop exhausting yourself trying to be everything to everyone. This doesn't mean ignoring all feedback. It means understanding that every judgment comes from filtered through someone's life story. Take what serves you, leave what doesn't. The only version of you that truly matters is just the one that you are building. Lesson 3, flip the script and turn it into a win. I remember seeing a YouTuber a while ago accidentally live streamed on their YouTube channel while sitting on the sofa in their living room, completely unplanned. They felt utterly unprofessional. Their laptop's front camera streamed for a full 5 minutes without them realizing, and over 1,000 people were watching them type away at their laptop when they saw it. They were mortified. It felt like their personal space had been invaded in the most unexpected way. I mean, they could have been picking their nose, right? After a couple of minutes of disbelief, they shared what happened on Instagram, wrote about it in their newsletter, and turned it into a funny story with a lesson. Suddenly, it didn't feel so bad anymore. In fact, they are glad that it happened because it became a great story to tell, and it resonated with so many people. The longer you stew over something that is uncomfortable or unfortunate, the more power it has over you. But the moment you find a way to turn it into a win, even if that win is simply turning it into a relatable or funny story, you take back control. You reclaim the narrative, and in doing so, you shift your perspective. And I learned that what might feel like a disaster at first can actually turn into a gift, if you let it. Lesson 4, spend in accordance with your end state. I first learned this lesson a few years ago, but it was this year that really cemented just how powerful it is. The way you spend your money shapes pretty much your entire life. If you think about it, how many people dream of starting their own business one day, but never invested a penny in learning the skills that they need? How many people talk about wanting to quit their job, but haven't put anything towards the emergency fund that they would need to make that possible? How many people want to turn their passion into an income, but spend money on everything except discovering what that passion really is? The gap between what you say you want and what you are willing to invest in, whether it be money or your time with dedicated action to close that gap, is where most goals get stuck. Don't underestimate the undeniable power of redirecting time, action, money, or all three towards your desired goal to get to where you want so much faster. It's not about earning more or waiting for the right time. It's about intentionally aligning your spending with the life that you want to design. When you focus your resources and the money that you have on building and designing your life and working towards your end state, progress happens so much faster. Lesson number 5. Learn to differentiate between your gut instinct and your anxiety. Blah. We've all heard of the advice, trust your gut. But I honestly believe this advice is oversimplified. Because what if what you're feeling isn't actually your gut at all? Over the years, I find myself saying things like something doesn't feel right, or I have a bad feeling about this. But then I started to question it. Was it really my gut speaking, or was it just my anxiety pretending to be my gut? And here's what I learned. Anxiety speaks from a place of fear. Worst case scenario, it spins elaborate what-if stories in your mind. It thrives on panic. Gut instinct, on the other hand, is quieter. It's calmer. It carries a sense of clarity. It doesn't shout. It just nudges you. I noticed that when I approach the same situation from a place of confidence and security, decisions shifted. The voice saying don't do it turned into why not try? Now I know before I label something as it's just my gut telling me no, I need to pause and check in with myself. Am I responding with wisdom, or am I reacting from fear? Like everything, the more you pay attention and recognize this and distinguish between the two, the better you will become. Number 6, you need periods of intense focus. I know this might or sound a bit controversial, and not everyone will agree, but it's something that's truly worked for me. When I'm gearing up for a big launch or a new project, I go into what I call focus hibernation. For weeks, I disconnect from most people, barely check my messages, and I immerse myself completely in the work. I used to feel guilty about it, like I was failing at work-life balance or being a bad friend. But what I've learned is that these phrases aren't a weakness. They are a necessity. When you are really pushing boundaries and operating at a level that is completely stretching you, and that level requires more than your regular focus, it demands complete immersion. And these intense periods aren't about avoiding life. They're about protecting your energy and channeling it into what matters most in that specific moment. True balance isn't about dividing your attention equally every single day. It's knowing when to go all in and when to take a step back and recharge. Once I let go of this guilt and accepted this, I found I could move forward faster and more effectively, trusting that balance will come back over time. 7th lesson, be the person who makes things happen. I have a group of gym friends. Recently it got brought up to start a group message with everyone in it. This group message holds everyone accountable, and if they don't show up to the gym, the whole group knows they skipped out for the day. But instead of letting it become another forgotten someday plan, one of the guys in the group took the lead. he started the group message with the whole group. You see, conversations most times follow a very predictable pattern. They're full of, oh, we should get together sometime, and let's catch up soon. And these well-meaning but very vague intentions then float away into nothing. And they'll stay that way unless someone steps up and does the one thing that actually makes these gatherings happen by setting a specific time and a place. Most people generally want to hang out. They want to deepen their friendships. They are just paralyzed by the logistics or the quiet fear of rejection. If you're waiting for the plans to fall in your lap, be the person to send that invite. Lesson 8. Say what you want, but don't expect it. So much of our relationship frustration comes from not being clear about what we want. We drop subtle hints, we skip around the issue, and we hope that the other person will magically decode what we're trying to say. And then when they don't, we get upset or we complain to others. It's exhausting for you and for them. I've learned that if you don't say it, they probably don't know it. If you want someone to check in more, tell them. If you need help on a project, ask directly. If you miss spending time with someone, let them know. But here's the other part of it. Once you've said it, just let go of the expectation that can come from it. You can ask for what you want, while also accepting that the other person might not be able to give it, and that is perfectly okay. Being direct creates clarity. Relationships either grow stronger because both sides know what's needed, or they just reveal their boundaries. Either way, you are no longer stuck in this frustrating limbo of unspoken needs. Saying what you want doesn't just make your relationship better, it sets you free. Lesson number 9. Always find ways to give. I used to think that I needed to be successful or have everything figured out before I could start giving. And over the years, giving has seriously taught me that giving is not about waiting for the right time. It's about showing up with what you have right now. And some of my happiest moments have come from the smallest act. It's not about the grand gestures. It was the little things, grabbing coffee with someone and helping them brainstorm their ideas, taking 10 extra minutes to share my experience with someone, just sending an article to a friend, struggling with something, saying, "This helped me, thought it might help you too. Have a great day." Giving doesn't have to be monetary. Your most precious and expensive thing is time. Give to give, not give to receive. You will be surprised what you receive when you just give to give with zero expectations. There you have it. 9 lessons to take you into the new year strong. Hopefully they give you something to really think about. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of this journey into YouTube this year. Hopefully next year we will see 1 million+ subscribers. If you enjoyed the video and enjoy all my other videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button down there. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you next year. Have a blessed day and a happy new year. Peace.